Some places don't shout for your attention, they gently invite you in. Paraguay is one of those places. It's tucked away in the middle of South America and people often miss it. But for those who come here, it's truly amazing. This trip isn't about famous sights. It's about feeling the heartbeat of a country shaped by a long, interesting past and a lively culture. Spanish and Guarani ways mix in everything, from how people talk to what they eat. Paraguay asks you to listen, watch, and connect. We'll find secret treasures, meet local people, and explore wild places that not many outsiders see. We'll also look at the country's tough parts, like poverty, environmental problems, and how people stay strong when things are hard. Come with me as we go beyond the travel books to find the real Paraguay, a country with a huge heart just waiting for you to explore. Let's start our adventure into the very soul of South America. Our journey begins in the Gran Chaco, a vast and untamed region that stretches across the heart of South America. This immense wilderness is one of the continent's last great frontiers, a place where nature still rules and the landscape feels almost endless. The Chaco covers nearly half of Paraguay, making it a land of staggering size and mystery. Its boundaries seem to blur into the horizon, and its secrets are hidden beneath a canopy of green and gold. Locals call it the Green Hell, and for good reason. Here you'll find thorny forests that seem impenetrable, dusty red plains that stretch for miles, and a climate that can be brutally hot and dry. The extremes of the Chaco test everything that lives here, from plants and animals to people. Despite these harsh conditions, the Chaco is alive with rare and remarkable wildlife. Giant anteaters roam the open spaces, green parrots flash through the trees, and elusive jaguars prowl the shadows. Many of these animals are found nowhere else in the world, but this wild paradise is under threat. Every year, more trees are cut down to make way for cattle farms and ranches, changing the face of the land forever. The balance between nature and human ambition is tipping. This struggle puts economic growth and the need to make a living directly at odds with the urgent need to protect the Chaco's fragile ecosystems. Mennonite communities who arrived here almost a century ago have built farms and villages from scratch. They live simply, relying on hard work and strong traditions to survive in this challenging environment. Their way of life is self-sufficient and close-knit, shaped by the land and the challenges it brings. Yet, long before the Mennonites arrived, the Chaco was home to indigenous peoples, whose deep connection to the land goes back thousands of years. Their traditions, stories, and livelihoods are now at risk as the forests vanish. As the trees disappear, so do the old ways of life and the knowledge that has been passed down through generations. The loss is not just environmental, but cultural too. The story of the Chaco is one of incredible biodiversity, human resilience, and the constant push and pull between progress and preservation. Now, more than ever, there's an urgent need to find a balance, one that allows people to thrive without destroying what makes this place unique. Here, different worlds and cultures meet, each with their own dreams and challenges, in a landscape that is both delicate and precious. The Chaco is a place that tests your limits, but also fills you with awe and inspiration. It's a land that leaves a mark on everyone who visits. The future of the Chaco hangs in the balance, uncertain and fragile, waiting to see which path its people and the world will choose. We leave behind the dry, wild Chaco and journey eastward to the Paraguay River, which flows like the country's main vein, pulsing with life and history. This river is more than just water. It's a living thread that ties together the land, the people, and the stories of Paraguay. This mighty river slices the country in two, shaping not only the landscape, but also the way people live, work, and travel. Its banks are home to countless communities, each with their own traditions and rhythms, all shaped by the river's presence. Big cargo ships and small fishing boats float by each day, connecting far-off towns and villages, carrying goods, and helping the economy thrive. The river is a highway, a lifeline, and a meeting place for people from all walks of life. A boat ride from Asuncion reveals lush, green riverbanks teeming with wildlife, caimans basking in the sun, capybaras grazing by the water's edge, and flocks of birds soaring overhead. The river is alive with movement and sound, a natural wonder in constant motion. For the towns along its banks, the river is everything. their road, their market, and their playground. Children swim and play in its waters, fishermen cast their nets at dawn, and families gather at the river's edge to share stories and meals. The Pantanal, one of the world's largest and richest wetlands, begins here. When the rains come, the land floods and bursts with life. Fish, birds, and mammals all find a home in this vast green expanse. But this delicate natural area faces growing threats. Pollution, unchecked development, and new building projects are putting the river and its wildlife in danger, changing the balance that has existed for centuries. The challenge now is to find a way to meet people's needs, food, jobs, homes, while keeping this natural treasure safe for future generations. It's a delicate balance, but one that must be struck. The Paraguay River story is one of connection, abundance, and fragility. It links people and places, provides for many, but remains vulnerable to the choices we make. The river stands as a reminder of what's at stake when nature and progress meet. How easily one can overwhelm the other if we're not careful. The future of the Paraguay River and all who depend on it rests in the choices we make today and in our willingness to protect this vital, living artery for generations to come. To really know Paraguay, you have to experience its lively culture. It's a place where music, laughter, and tradition fill the air, and where every day feels like a celebration of life. The streets are alive with the sounds of guitars and the rhythms of traditional dances, inviting everyone to join in. Spanish and Guarani are spoken side by side, showing how the country's identity is a mix of both. This unique blend of languages is heard everywhere, from busy city markets to quiet rural schools, reminding you that Paraguay's roots run deep and its people are proud of their heritage. People are very friendly, especially when they share tereré, a cold tea passed around among friends. Sharing tereré isn't just about the drink, it's a daily ritual that brings people together, sparking conversation and laughter under the shade of a tree on a hot afternoon. The food is hearty and local. Sopa paraguaya, which is a tasty cornbread, and chipa, a cheesy bread made from manioc, are loved by everyone. Meals are often shared with family and friends, and every bite tells a story of tradition, comfort, and the flavors of the land. Handicrafts like nanduti lace, made by hand in Itagua, show off many generations of artistic skill. Each piece is a work of art, woven with patience and care, reflecting the creativity and dedication of Paraguayan artisans. Culture here isn't something you just see in a museum. It's alive in daily life, in how people talk, what they eat, and how they live in their communities. It's in the warmth of a shared meal, the stories passed down through generations, and the simple joys of everyday living. Joining a tereré circle or trying chipa means you're welcomed like family. Visitors quickly discover that hospitality is at the heart of Paraguayan life, and making new friends is as easy as sharing a smile or a snack. Paraguayan culture is like a woven blanket of native roots, old history, and strong community ties. It's a tapestry of indigenous traditions, colonial influences, and the enduring spirit of its people, all coming together in daily life. It's warm, real, and special in its own way. The sense of belonging and joy is felt everywhere, from city streets to quiet villages, making Paraguay a place where everyone feels at home. Every tradition tells a story of strength and happiness. Whether it's a dance, a song, or a family gathering, these moments celebrate the resilience and joy of the Paraguayan people. This is the true heart of Paraguay, a land where culture is lived, shared, and cherished every single day. Paraguay's spirit is shaped by a dramatic past, times of greatness and deep hurts. The Jesuit missions, which are now spooky old buildings, tell a story of a special mix of cultures between priests and the Guarani people, blending faith, art, and protection. These special places, recognized by UNESCO, still echo with the music and creativity of a time long gone. But Paraguay's biggest pain was the War of the Triple Alliance, which killed many of its people and left lasting wounds. The country rebuilt itself from almost nothing, going through tough times with dictators and political unrest. Today, the memories of history create a strong national pride and a tough spirit. Monuments, stories, and the determination of young people all show a will to survive and do well. Paraguay's history is one of suffering, but also of amazing survival. Its people carry forward a legacy of strength. Paraguay's eastern part used to be covered by the Atlantic forest, a place with many different kinds of plants and animals. Today, much of it has been cleared for growing soy, which makes Paraguay a top seller but at a high cost to nature. Losing the forest means the soil washes away, rivers get polluted, and animals like jaguars and tapirs lose their homes. Native communities lose not just resources, but their whole way of life. Still, there's hope in local efforts to protect nature, like private reserves, planting trees again, and farming in a way that doesn't harm the environment. Projects like growing yerba mate in the shade offer a way to balance making a living and protecting nature. These efforts are small but very important, showing a way forward. The fight between progress and protection is still going on. Paraguay's delicate beauty depends on these small hopes. The future is still being written. Beyond Paraguay's beauty lies the truth of daily life, marked by big differences. In Asunción, modern shopping malls stand near poor neighborhoods where families deal with floods and don't have basic services. Many work in unofficial jobs, just barely getting by with dignity and strength. In the countryside, small farmers struggle against big farm businesses and unequal land ownership. Having access to land is still a cause of tension and poverty. But community spirit is strong, neighbors help each other, and hope stays alive. Young people dream of better futures, studying and working for change. Community leaders fight for fairness and opportunities. These stories are not about giving up, but about being determined and brave. This is the human story of Paraguay: struggle, strength, and hope. What you remember most about Paraguay is how warm its people are. Even with difficulties, being positive and welcoming defines daily life. Strangers are greeted with smiles and open hearts. Sharing terere or a story is a real way to connect. The younger generation is eager to protect their culture and environment, determined to create a better future. Their energy and hope are catching. Paraguay's spirit is about being strong, dealing with tough times with kindness, and finding joy in simple things. A trip here teaches you about people and the power of being together. This spirit stays with you long after you leave. Paraguay shows you a world beyond the usual travel news, a place of beauty, complexity, and real people. True travel is about looking deeper, questioning what you think you know, and connecting with other humans. Here, beauty and hardship exist together, and hope grows in unexpected places. The best souvenirs are the connections and understanding we gain. Exploring places like Paraguay builds bridges and helps us see things in a wider way. Traveling with respect helps local communities and honors their culture. Look for the world's hidden corners. Listen to stories that haven't been told. A trip to Paraguay is an investment in understanding and kindness. Thank you for joining me in the heart of South America. There's always more to find. Keep being curious.